Hey, so today we're going to read The Rainbow Fish. I wore my festive outfit for it, and we're going to read about this fish and what he ends up doing for his other fish friends in the end, and then I'm going to show you guys how we can make one at home if we want. So let's read The Rainbow Fish. I can get the whole thing in here. There we go. A long way out in the deep blue sea there lived a fish. Not just an ordinary fish, but the most beautiful fish in the entire ocean. His scales were every shade of blue and green and purple, with sparkling silver scales among them. You see, I love this fish. He's so nice and pretty. You see how he kind of sparkles? He's got some fun little sparkly, shimmery scales on him. The other fish were amazed at his beauty. They called him Rainbow Fish. "Come on, Rainbow Fish," they would call. "Come out and play with us." But the Rainbow Fish would just glide past, proud and silent, letting his scales shimmer. So he didn't stop and play with his friends. He just keeps on swimming away, which isn't very nice. One day, a little blue fish followed after him. "Rainbow Fish," he called, "wait for me. Please give me one of your shiny scales. They are so wonderful, and you have so many. So look, this cute little fish right here. He asked for a scale. He asked for one of these shiny, pretty scales. Let's see if the Rainbow Fish shares. "You want me to give you one of my special scales? Who do you think you are?" cried the Rainbow Fish. "Get away from me." Shocked, the little blue fish swam away. He was so upset he told all his friends what had happened. From then on, no one would have anything to do with the Rainbow Fish. They turned away when he swam by. So look, he didn't share, and it made all the other fish feel kind of sad. Because he didn't want to share. He didn't want to be friendly with the other fish. What good were the dazzling, shimmering scales with no one to admire them? Now he was the loneliest fish in the entire ocean. One day he poured out his troubles to the... What's that? The little star? It's a starfish. He poured out his troubles to the starfish. "I really am beautiful. Why doesn't anybody like me?" "I can't answer that for you," said the starfish. "But if you go beyond the coral reef to a deep cave, you will find the wise octopus. Maybe she can help you." So our pretty fish is going to go see... Can you tell? Who do they go see? The octopus. It's a big octopus. Look at that. Let's see if they help. The Rainbow Fish found the cave. It was very dark inside and he couldn't see anything. Then suddenly 2 eyes caught him in their glare, and the octopus emerged from the darkness. Let's see what he tells him to do. "I have been waiting for you," said the octopus with a deep voice. "The waves have told me your story. This is my advice. Give a glittering scale to each of the other fish. You'll no longer be the most beautiful fish in the sea, but you'll discover how to be happy. So he might not be the prettiest and the most sparkly, but if he shares, he'll be a happier fish." So the octopus told him to go share. "I can't," the Rainbow Fish started to say, but the octopus had already disappeared into a dark cloud of ink. "Give away my scales? My beautiful shining scales? Never. How could I ever be happy without them?" Suddenly he felt the light touch of a fin. The little blue fish was back. "Rainbow Fish, please don't be angry. I just want one little scale." The Rainbow Fish wavered. Only one very small shimmery scale, he thought. Well, maybe I wouldn't miss just one. So you guys, is he going to share his scale? He is. He's going to share one with this little fish right here. You see, it's a nice little fish. He's kind of a big fish. Let's see what happens. Carefully, the Rainbow Fish pulled out the small scale and gave it to the little fish. Thank you very much," the little blue fish bubbled playfully as he tucked the shiny scale in among his blue ones. A rather peculiar feeling came over the rainbow fish. For a long time he watched the little blue fish swim back and forth with his new scale glittering in the water. So look at that, he shares one of his scales, and how do they both feel? They both look like they feel happy. They're smiling. They're so happy they shared. The little blue fish whizzed through the ocean with his scales flashing, so it didn't take long before the rainbow fish was surrounded by all the other fish. Everyone wanted a glittering scale. The rainbow fish shared his scales left and right, and the more he gave away, the more delighted he became. When the water around him filled with glimmering scales, he at last felt at home among the other fish. So look, he didn't just share it with one fish. He shared with all the fish. Look at that. They all have these beautiful little shimmering scales now. And we know, look, they all feel so happy because they all shared together. Especially the rainbow fish. He's really doing a nice job sharing. Finally, the rainbow fish had only one shining scale left. His most prized possessions had been given away. Yet he was very happy. "Come on, rainbow fish," they called. "Come and play with us." "Here I come," said the rainbow fish, and happy as a splash, he swam off to join his friends. So look, they're not just happy, they're all friends now. They all shared, they all have the scale, and they all decided to go swim, 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 and play together. And that is the end. Look, he ended up with just one beautiful little shimmery scale there. You can kind of see it when I move the page. All right, so I kind of wanted to show you guys how we could make a rainbow fish. I'm going to send everybody the printout for this, and we can look. I started to color mine already, but you guys can print out your own rainbow fish at home, and then we can take out some markers or some crayons, and you can kind of color in the fish. Maybe leave a couple of spaces open, because I want to show you how we can make our fun rainbow scales. So look, I've got my fish. I'm just going to color in this one little fin that I missed. And you guys, maybe while I'm coloring, you could tell me some of the pretty colors that I have in my rainbow fish. I made him a very, very bright rainbow fish. So look, the color I'm coloring right now is green. I'm coloring his little fin green, but I've got so many other colors in here too. So look, I did a green rainbow fish. He's also got some orange, a little bit of purple, blue. He's got a little bit of yellow, and of course some red. So I made a nice, colorful, and bright rainbow fish, but you can make them however you want. So this is my rainbow fish. The only other things we need, aside from this fun little printout, and then some markers or crayons, we need a little bit of glue. I would suggest liquid glue just because it'll stick a little bit better. And then the way that we're going to make our scales is using foil. We can just use some foil pieces to make our rainbow scales. So you guys at home, we can just kind of rip up little pieces. Let me count. Maybe you guys can help me count how many scales I need. So I left a few spots here to fill them in with. Look, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 spaces here to put my pretty rainbow scales. So look, I just started ripping. I've got 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna rip this one in half. 4 and 5. So I've got my foil. I've got my pretty little rainbow fish. Let me see if I can get my glue open here and watch. I'm just gonna put a tiny little dot in each spot. So look, I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, you see that? I've got all my little glue spots in here on my rainbow fish, and I'm just gonna take my pieces of foil and I'm gonna put them right over where those scales go. So look, I've got 1, 2. Of course, you can cut these out prettier if you want, but I kind of like to have them all be different. 1, 2, 3, 4, and one more, 5. And that's how we can make our very own rainbow fish at home with all of his pretty shiny little scales there. So definitely make some at your homes and send me pictures of them so I can see your pretty rainbow fish.